So here is a master class on investment which I did for a few uh, relationship managers. Welcome to subramani.com. Please press the bell icon. Please subscribe. It's always nice to have more subscribers. So why am I calling it a master class? Because this is a lot of summary of from the masters, right? So first, write a philosophy statement. Why are you investing? If you do not know why you are investing and why you are buying any product, you will not care what you are doing, right? Look at this book, uh, goal based investing. You have to have your goals, you have to have your philosophy statement, and you have to maintain a diary. This is a combination which is useful. So first of all, write down your goals, and the goals can be improvised on its way, and make sure that the goals are the SMART goals, right? Which means they're specific, they're measurable, you know the stuff, right? You Google and you will find out. In my own website, on my own blog, I've done this SMART goals, because it's again from this book. uh, so first, have an investment philosophy statement. I'll give you a link to an article below which takes you to the philosophy. I wrote this in 2008. So yeah, 12 years ago, and it still holds true, and it will hold true for the next 120 years also, that you have to have an investment philosophy statement which tells you each investment why are you making, right? So when you make an investment philosophy statement, involve your family, and your family should also know why you bought each of those items. If you do not know why you bought, if it is not focused, just sell, right? Be clear about your financial goals also. Just having goals is not enough. The goals have to be clear. The goals have to have a buy-in. Your wife, your children, the other stakeholders in this have to have a full buy-in of whatever your goals are. Uh, Also remember that investment theory is very confusing. Somebody will say, oh, you should average on the way down. Then you will see somebody saying, don't catch a falling knife. Then somebody will tell you that you have to rebalance within equity also between large cap and mid cap. Then you will find another article saying, by world standards, all our companies are mid cap, right? So how do you really reconcile to the differences? Even assuming for a minute that you believe that as a beginner you should only be indexing, in which index? That itself is now very confusing. Earlier there was only one index called the BSE Sensex. Now you find a plethora of indices. Should you invest in a pharma index, or should you invest in a pharma company? What about the IT index where 26% is Infosys? Do you trust such an index which is lopsided? How do you know that the index is not being managed, right? It's very confusing. There are a lot of areas which you don't understand, but if you don't understand, stick to indexing, stick to investing only in the Nifty or in the Sensex, or maybe in the junior Nifty. Beyond that, you don't go into a pharma index or a technology index. You don't need to do all that. Just stick to one index and then keep learning, right? You may go for a multi-cap fund after some time, but basis is not because somebody told you, but because you saw the performance of your index fund and you realize that there are too many restrictions on the index fund, so let me add a multi-cap which has got a large cap bias. Or you say, oh, I already have a large cap index, so let me have a junior Nifty, right? So any of those are possible, but on the day you start, you're better off being in an index fund, right? Or you get yourself an advisor, ask the advisor why he is doing, at least learn the questions which you should ask the advisor. Ask the advisor things like, if I were paying you a flat fee and not a percentage, would you still recommend this, right? Ask him those questions. And also remember that there is no one investment theory which holds true all the time. So sometimes one theory will work and sometimes another theory will work, and these people will come and tell you, look, I told you so, and they'll show you some old article, but they may not have told you exactly when you need it. It's like fund houses. They'll tell you, look, contrarian worked. Look, a fund with 70% in equity and 30% in debt, which is a hybrid fund, worked, but they did not tell you 6 months prior, right? They did not tell you any of those things. When you have 40 schemes in your portfolio, Obviously some will work, so they have to tell you in advance what will work in the next quarter, and if they can't, then they should tell you what will work for the next 3 years or 5 years or 7 years, and stick to that. They can't change their mind because you can't, right? Remember also that you cannot invest like a Warren Buffett, or you can't invest like Mukesh Ambani, because you are not a Buffett nor are you a Mukesh Ambani, right? The deals they get, the size of deals they get, what they do is very different, and you may have put some restrictions on yourself. For example, you may say, I will not invest in Monsanto Chemical or in ITC, and you have to live with lesser return. You cannot have the cake and eat it too, right? Maintain your diary, and in that you keep writing down how you feel during a lockdown, or when something bad happens, something worse happens, and maybe the number of COVID deaths increase in your society, or in your society building is sealed, or you are in a red area, you are not allowed to come out, right? All those things. Write down all those experiences vis-a-vis how it feels to be invested. Start now. You cannot go back and say how you felt 6 years ago or 5 years ago, but you can at least write down your current diary. In that diary, also write down what you feel should be a great portfolio, what should you be buying. Create a mock portfolio for yourself, and see how your mock portfolio is performing vis-a-vis the market, or vis-a-vis the fund managers whom you have marked against, right? Think hard before buying an equity, and also realize that over a 25-30 year period, all you may need is one share a day, or one share a year, or 2 shares a year at the max. Don't be buying day in and day out and think you're making money. You could be losing a lot of money on brokerage, etc. Remember, leverage kills, and most brokers make money only on leverage. So they will tell you, sir, F&O kar do, or things like that. They will not. You will. The question is whether you will make money. They will make money, and you can be rest assured that they will make money. The question is whether you will make money. Leverage kills. Everybody has said this, including Buffett. Everybody has said that leveraging kills. So be careful while leveraging, if at all. Thank you.